Swift's Esprit range has been completely remodelled for 2015. The overcabs are gone, replaced by some, like this 496, with drop-down double beds. Time to take a look. Esprit's waistline has gone up a bit, but the height has come down. These vans now sit on a low Alco rear chassis that makes it easier to get aboard. There's no need for an external step here at all. Okay, before we get into the meat of the living area, a few words about the cab. This is the latest facelifted Fiat Ducato, which is new for this year. Various cab enhancements on offer here. A new stereo, somewhere to park your cups and your mobile phone. There's also a USB charging socket and an auxiliary input for the stereo itself. There's Bluetooth hands-free phone calling with this one as well. The cruise control includes a speed limiter, and the seats are also brand new. Twin armrests here, and these seats are great for comfort. They're much more supportive than the old ones. Above is the first item on the list of the living area, and that's a large sunroof. Surprisingly, this one's actually electrically operated. Press the switch above the cab here and it opens, albeit rather slowly, but it's quite a nice feature to have. Layout wise, the only thing that's new about this van is the drop down double bed above me. It's a classic British family setup with a Pullman dinette and a side sofa and a large U-shaped lounge in the rear, which is actually very comfortable. Importantly, you've got 4 fully belted seats here, so with the 2 in the cab that makes 6. It's a 6-berth vehicle. All 6 campers can actually travel safely on the road. The bed, the drop-down double bed, is easy to lower because it's a push-button situation. Press a button and it drops down to a height where you need a ladder to get in, but then you can make a double bed down below, which gives you the 4 berths. It's only 2 people sleeping. You press a third button, which lowers it down further, and then it's much easier to get in and out of. Well, here we are in the lounge, and it's really quite a nice space to be in. It's large, it's comfortable, self-explanatory really, plenty of room for friends to relax, and if you put the kids to bed up front, then mum and dad can close the privacy curtain that lurks between here and the front end and sit and have a glass of wine and enjoy themselves before they go to bed. When they do, they have a choice of 2 singles or a transverse double. The transverse double is huge, the 2 singles are unequal lengths. The one on the near side is just over 6 foot, this one's 5'7", so it's really a his and hers situation. Plenty of light in here, plenty of lighting in here, a TV point up against the bathroom bulkhead. My only criticism here really is that this seat across here has got rather a short squab, so it's more of a perch than a proper sofa. Okay, it's time to do cooking and washing. The kitchen equipment is particularly impressive. The fridge is a reasonable size, although it's not huge, but it does include a removable icebox and also automatic energy selection, so you can just switch it on and forget it. We've got a full-size cooker, something you might expect in a British van anyway. Here it's a nice Thetford with a separate grill and a separate oven, 3 gas burners and a mains electric hot plate. Above, a nice 800-watt stainless steel microwave. There's not a huge amount of storage in here. Couple of small cupboards and 2 cupboards above, and only a very tiny drawer. Some worktop though. We've got a worktop to the right of the sink, which is quite good, and a flip up unit as well, which extends it. Time for the ablutions. Through this door, the washroom is one that has an integral shower unit. In other words, there's a wet room floor and you shower within the same area as the basin. There are some rigid screens though, which protect the front wooden wall, the storage and the bench type loo. It's an old Swift design, it's reasonably practical, not hugely spacious, and to my mind only has one real downside, and that's the fact there is a wheel arch moulding which intrudes into the floor area. That's okay when you're stood at the basin, but it's a little bit tricky when you're sat on the loo. You might end up with one foot a little bit higher than the other, or having to sit slightly skewed. Aside from that, it's pretty practical really, and just the kind of thing you might expect in a van of this size given the limited dimensions.